Good morning, my dear students. So, let us begin today's class with an activity. You can see I have collected few substances like green leaf, dry leaf, twig and paper. Also, I have a candle and matchbox. Fine. Now, we will observe whether these substances, green leaf, dry leaf, yes, so whether these substances catch fire or not. No substances catch fire on its own or by itself. It should be heated a little bit and then only the substance catch fire. So now let's light the candle. Light the candle and then try to burn the different substance. So it got burnt very easily. Now if you observe that this twig got burnt, but it took more time than the paper. Now let us burn the dry leaf. So immediately it catches fire. Now let's see whether the green leaves burn such easily or not. Yes, so you can see that it does not burn easily. The dry leaf immediately burnt, but the green leaf did not burn immediately. Why is it so? So think, children, why did the green leaf did not burn easily but the dry leaf burned? Children, welcome to today's science class. You have already seen that substances do not catch fire on its own or by itself. The substances need to be heated a little. You also saw that different substances require different duration to catch fire. So before going into the depth of the topic, let us first discuss or recap what we have done in the previous class. So in the previous class, we have discussed about combustible substance. And what is combustible substance? The substances that undergoes combustion is called combustible substance, or we can also define as the substances which burn in air are called combustible substances. They are also called fuel. What is combustion? Combustion is a chemical process in which a substance reacts with oxygen to produce heat and light. And what are the factors for combustion? The factors needed for combustion are a combustible substance, supply of oxygen, and ignition temperature. So we have already discussed about the two factors, that is combustible substance and supply of oxygen, in the previous class, and today we are going to discuss about the ignition temperature. You'll be able to understand what is ignition temperature, why substances require ignition temperature to catch fire. So let's look at the objectives of today's class. So today's objectives are to identify the factors for combustion, that is the ignition temperature, to study the history of matchstick, and to identify inflammable substances. So children, let us begin our class. Let us understand what is ignition temperature. All of you might be aware, and also many of you might have seen that during extreme heat of summer, the dry grass catches fire and the fire spreads from the grass to the trees, and very soon the whole forest is on fire. It is very difficult to control such type of fire. But why did the grass catch fire? It is due to the rubbing of the dry grass. Heat is produced and the ignition temperature of the dry grass is being reached and it catches fire. So what is ignition temperature? It is the temperature, a particular temperature at which substances catches fire. It is the lowest temperature at which a substance catch fire. Now, the ignition temperature of different substances are different because different substances catch fire at different temperature. Now, if we take the example of kerosene oil and wood, we'll find that the kerosene oil will catch fire easily than wood. Why is it so? Because the ignition temperature of kerosene is lower than that of wood, and as a result kerosene oil catches fire easily but the wood do not catch fire easily. So the burning of the substances depends on the ignition temperature of the substance, and the ignition temperature of all substances are different. Now let us understand with an activity that the substances should reach its ignition temperature to burn or catch fire. This is an activity to show that it is essential for a substance to reach ignition temperature to burn. So for this activity we require 2 paper cup and a candle. One paper cup should be empty and the other filled with water. So now we will heat both the cups separately with a candle and observe what happens. First we will heat the empty cup and find out the result. So children, what do you observe? The cup is being heated and the cup catches fire. Now let's take the other cup and heat it. So this time you'll observe that it does not catch fire. If we continue heating the cup, we can even boil water in the paper cup. So you can see that it does not catch fire. So can you think of an explanation for this phenomenon? Actually, the heat supplied to the paper cup is transferred to water by conduction. So in the presence of water, the ignition temperature of paper is not reached, hence it does not burn. I am sure that you have understood what is ignition temperature, and also you have understood that all substances have its own ignition temperature and it is essential for that particular substance to burn. You have also observed that the presence of moisture increases the ignition temperature. Now can you tell me the reason why the green leaves do not burn and dry leaves burn easily? So I had asked this question in the beginning of the class, and this is the answer. The green leaves contain moisture but the dry leaves do not contain moisture. So the green leaves ignition temperature is little bit higher than the dry leaves. So now let's move on to the next subtopic, that is the history of matchstick. So when fire was discovered, it was discovered by rubbing 2 stones. With the invention of matchstick, it became easy to burn substances. But what is matchstick made of? So matchstick is made of a piece of wood and some chemicals on one end of the stick. And when the stick is struck on the rough surface of the matchbox, it catches fire. So what is the chemical which is used in matchstick? So the history of matchstick is very old. Let us understand the history of matchstick. The history of matchstick is very old. More than 5,000 years ago, small pieces of pine wood dipped in sulfur were used as matches in ancient Egypt. The modern safety match was developed only about 200 years ago. A mixture of antimony, trisulfide, potassium chloride and white phosphorus with some glue and starch was applied on the head of a match made of suitable wood. When struck against a rough surface, white phosphorus got ignited due to the heat of friction. This started the combustion of the match. However, white phosphorus proved to be dangerous both for workers involved in the manufacturing of matches and for the users. These days, the head of safety match contains only antimony, trisulfide and potassium chlorate. The rubbing surface has powdered glass and a little red phosphorus, which is much less dangerous. When the match is struck against the rubbing surface, some red phosphorus gets converted into white phosphorus. This immediately reacts with potassium chlorate in the matchstick head to produce enough heat to ignite antimony trisulfide and start the combustion. Now, since we have discussed about the ignition temperature of substance, about the history of matchstick, now let us understand what is inflammable substances. So the substances which have very low ignition temperature and can easily catch fire with a flame is called inflammable substances. For example, kerosene, petrol, LPG. Yes, so these are all inflammable substances which catch fire very easily because its ignition temperature is lower than other substances. So this is all for today's class. Now let us summarize what we have discussed. So we have discussed about the combustible substances. So combustible substances cannot catch fire or burn as long as its temperature is lower than its ignition temperature. Combustible substances do not burn by itself. It has to be heated a little. Different combustible substances catch fire at different temperature. Inflammable substances have very low ignition temperature, but usually the ignition temperature of substances are not lower than the room temperature. So this is a question for you, that why the ignition temperature of substances should not be lower than the room temperature. Yes, so write down this question in your copy and then write down the answer also. So this is all for today's class. Thank you and have a great day.